Good morning. Today I wanted to talk about the social networking or face-to-face networking and why it doesn't work and why we need a disruption in that industry. Before we get into that, first we have to understand why it doesn't work. When I started my first business when I was very young, we were doing a lot of face-to-face networking. That was really the only way you could find clients unless you were referred. Then the internet became popular, and as soon as you had a website, um, there was positives and negatives. You got a lot of business, but a lot of clients said, "Well, why are you hiding behind a website? Why aren't you doing face-to-face networking?" So you can't please everyone. So jump forward to today, websites don't work anymore. Websites are reactive. Your LinkedIn profile is reactive. Unless you're very active, unless you have at least 3 to 5 people working full time on doing social media marketing for your company, you are reactive. And you're allowing your competition to get in front of you. So let's dive a little deeper. Why doesn't um, today's networking work? And we've surveyed over 2,000 people whether they're getting clients from LinkedIn. Less than 1% do. And even less than that are actually making money from their connections on LinkedIn. We've also gone to a lot of BNI groups, meetup groups, business networking groups, and um, commerce groups. I forget what they're called now. Anyways, you go to these events, and a BNI group, I was at one not more than a week ago, and you're paying a hefty fee, you're paying for lunch, you're paying $1,500 a year to belong to these things. You're seeing the same freaking people every single week, and you get the privilege of speaking about your product or service for 60 seconds. Imagine trying to sell your services in 60 seconds. And what I found really obnoxious was if the members went over 70 seconds, they started talking over them. At 60 seconds, there's a bell. At 70 seconds, they're talking over them. I mean, how freaking bizarre is that? And you're paying $1,500 for this privilege. And the second problem with that is obviously everyone is selling their service. Everyone's just pushing their service. Nobody gives a shit about what you're saying because as soon as their turn is up, they turn off, they start playing with their phone, they start doing something else. So everyone is there to promote their service. Every once in a while, they bring leads in, but what quality are these leads? A lot of these leads, the people don't even know they're being used as a lead. So, yes, we need to build deep trusting relationships. There's no question about that. But is there a better way to do it? Um, I believe the answer is, and we've been researching this for over 10 years now. I believe the answer is a combination of face-to-face networking and your LinkedIn profile, along with other social media accounts. Um, and the main point that I'm trying to make is you're only as strong as your trusted circle. As an example, let's say you're a real estate agent. If you go out to promote your real estate services, you failed because no one is listening. If all you're talking about is me, no one is listening. Trust me. There are over 60,000 real estate agents in the Toronto area. Most of them, I believe the average is less than $30,000 in salary per year, which is horrible. So obviously, everyone's trying to sell themselves. Um, and to get to these events, you're paying for the privilege of paying $1,500 a year, and for every hour you spend at these events, you've got 4 hours on unproductive time that you're not in the zone. There's the 15 minutes that you have to prepare to leave. You're not in the zone. There's a driving time. There's the time that you're there. If you get leads, great. If you don't, there's a drive back and time to get in the zone again. So if you're paying yourself, let's say $100,000 a year, $2,000 a week, that's roughly $200 for the 4 hours you've invested in the 1 hour networking event. So that's pretty expensive. And if you're a contractor and you're making 5% or 10% net profit, that's a lot of jobs now you have to do just to cover the the amount of time you were unproductive. So let's go back to what does work. If you really pay attention to any successful company, they always use testimonials to sell their services. They already know pushing their product doesn't work. TV campaigns don't work, radio campaigns don't work, billboards don't work, none of that works. It's very hard to get a return on investment doing that. So, what does work? Well, they're hinting at testimonials. Testimonials work. Okay, so what if we went further than that? Let's take the real estate agent again. Let's say the real estate agent, instead of promoting himself, he promotes the home inspector that he's really happy with, or the stager, or the mortgage broker who just did a phenomenal job qualifying someone who was unqualifiable. What about pushing them? What about putting them on the pedestal as your hero and going to your client and promoting them? Now, if you promote your trusted circle, they in turn will promote you. So again, we're not selling ourselves, we're selling our trusted circle. And this is really the foundation of this networking events that we're putting on. The first one is in Toronto on November 23rd, Holiday Inn, Yorkdale. And what we're doing is we're reaching out to people to find out who they want to be present. So we have a lot of demand for real estate agents, interior designers, property managers, especially property managers, because a lot of people do commercial work. And these are what we call gateway relationships. So again, your trusted circle, and start working on this, your trusted circle should be at least 50 people, not people that help you, but people that help your client. Figure out who your potential client is, figure out what their needs are going to be a year or 2 years or 3 years down the road, develop those relationships with those people, start promoting these people. Okay. So, how do you do that efficiently? Well, you have to use a combination of LinkedIn, social media, and face to face. Like I said, face to face is very expensive, but you have to deepen those relationships. You can't just do business with people online faceless. They have to meet you. They have to understand that you are the best in your industry. If you're not, you better get there. So they need to understand that you are the best. They're staking their reputation that you're going to do a great job. So you better do a great job. The other reason why I didn't like BNI groups is that they limit one per category. So you have one real estate agent or one mortgage broker or one landscaper or whatever it is. So, and I've heard one guy say at one of these events that he waited 7 years for his spot to open. And now all he has to do is just sit back and wait for the leads. Now, that to me sounds like a union. When someone gets into a union, they don't really have to do shit. They just have to show up and pretend they're working, and that's it. So the BNI concept, in my opinion, encourages laziness. It encourages for you to be average. And they want the average person. They're not looking for the top of the line real estate agent. They're not looking for a real go-getter, a real negotiator, and a real rainmaker. They're not looking for that, which is kind of sad. With our group, Global Owners Mastermind Group, we are looking for top of the line. If you're not top of the line, we have all-day training sessions to make sure you are at the top of your category. We start networking events at 9 a.m. and we work until 10 or 10:30 p.m. The networking part of it is between 7 and 10 p.m. But if you really want to get your business to the next level, I suggest you come for the all-day event where we talk about everything that's going on in your business. We already have questions that we're going to address on November 22nd. The 33 tools that you need to use to get your business to the next level. How to create relationships and a whole lot other things. And what we do is we don't have one instructor, two instructor. We have business owners helping other business owners. These are people that went through the pains that you're going through, solved it, now are willing to help you. Okay. So these are people who are in your industry, are outside of your industry, have nothing to do with your industry, but understand what creating relationships are. They understand what leadership is. They understand what it's like to deal with a client, an irate client, or a perfect client. Those are all things you create. Um, they understand what it's like to run a business. And business owners should not be alone. If, let's put it this way, if you don't have an absolute adrenaline rush, an absolute high about going to work tomorrow, then you've got the wrong business. Your business is not designed properly. It's not designed properly because that's what it should feel like. It should be a freaking adrenaline rush because you're so excited about tomorrow and you want to get to work. That's what most of my days are because I'm excited about working with clients. I'm excited about this concept because we've been proving this concept for over 10 years now. We know it works because it's a combination of everything else that works. So let me give you a little more detail. 3 weeks or 4 weeks before the event, someone is helping you find out who your target clients are because we want to invite those people to be at that event to make sure you have set appointments between 10:02 and 10:07. You have an appointment with an interior designer who wants to talk about your project or she wants to get pricing on her project if you're a contractor or whatever it is. So these are not randomly showing up and talking to the first person you see. That is a huge freaking waste of time. You should never do that. If you're going to go to an event, you need to know who's going to be there. You've already created a relationship with them online. You've created rapport. Now you're putting a face to a name. That way you're very efficient and you should have, if you don't have assistants, you should sub that out. We do that type of work for our clients. We set up those connections for you because you should focus on what you do best. If you're a contractor, what you do is managing and lead your people. If you're hands-on, if you're handling tools, we need to talk because that's not the most efficient use of your time. You should be leading 2, 3, 10 different groups. You should have at least 10 different projects going on at any given time, and you need to have the systems in place to make sure you can manage these projects. We believe in creating a business that works for you, not you working for your business. If you're stressed, if you're working more than 40 hours a week, if you can't take more than 3 weeks of holidays a year, if you can't take 6 months off and not take your phone or your computer with you, we need to work on your business. But please have a look at my profile so you know what I'm talking about. But the focus here is creating a system where you have 50 people selling you. That's the idea. That's the premise. And in return, you're going to be selling them. Okay? It works. And how this works is there's no exchanging business cards. There's none of that because you've already met them online. They already know who you are. They've read your profile. They've looked at your videos. If you don't have videos, please start working on those videos. You're going to put together 50 different videos of all the people in your trust circle. So when someone says, or someone just bought a house from you, you're going to need a painter. The painter is at timestamp 205. You're going to need a home inspector or a stager if they're reselling the house or they want to finish the basement, create an income. The basement guy is at 507. The timestamp on the video. So again, you're not pushing yourself, you're pushing everyone on your trusted circle. And when someone calls you, or you hear that one of your clients is looking for a painter because they're about to move into a house, or their house is dated, or they have an old kitchen, or whatever it is. They're looking for the painter. You tell them the timestamp is at 7:09 on the video, but as they're going through, they see, oh, they have an interior designer. Oh, they have someone who does kitchens, and I can have my dream kitchen. I don't have to pay $50,000 or $80,000. I can just pay $200 or $250 a month. Christ, I can deal with that. I can afford now to get my kitchen done. So what we're all about is removing barriers that you're putting in front of your business that restrict you from doing business with a lot of clients. We want to make it painless for the client to say, yes, you are the guy that I need. You are the guy that I've been looking for the past 20 years to renovate my house, or to find me a mortgage, or to find me my dream home, or to build my custom home, whatever that is. So the other tools that are helping you, now keep in mind, you're going to have 50 people in your circle, which means 50 other people will have you in their circle, and they're going to be promoting you amongst 50 other people. And there is competition. We don't want you to rest on your laurels. If you're not the best contractor, you're not going to be at the top of their list. If you're not the best mortgage broker, you're not going to be at the top of the list. You might slide to 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. But you have to create a system where you're making every single client outrageously happy. That's the system. And of course, we have systems to do all that. If you can't attend these events, there's banners, there's large signs that can attend for you. If you can do business across Canada, these banners will go with the show to promote you. Let's say you're a mortgage broker and you can do business across Canada, then your banner, your trusted circle will be promoted across Canada, assuming they can do business across Canada. I hope that helps. I'm really excited about this. Start producing your video. If you don't have someone to produce a video, reach out. We'll find someone to help you. But you've invested a lot of money on your cell phone. Your cell phone is all you need to produce a video. It doesn't have to be quality. This one is crap. You can see that. It doesn't matter. You have to come across as being authentic. And edited videos don't show that. So just produce whatever, produce 10, produce 5, one of them will be good. Send it to us, we'll start marketing your services. Sign up for the event, sign up for the all-day event. Tell us who you want, who your ideal client is, so we can help you. We have many people, many volunteers, many people behind the scenes on these events who are organizers, who are looking for clients themselves. So if they help you, you in turn will help them. I hope that helped. Please let me hear your questions and let me know. Please let me know what you think about this concept. Thank you. Have a great day.